The nation on Saturday went to sleep, oblivious of what they will awake to as the cock crowed to the dawn of that fateful Sunday, that being the heart-shattering news delivered by the then Vice President Nangolo Mbumba.
Dr. Hage Geingob, the President of the Republic of Namibia, has passed on.
A voice that echoed and never to be forgotten.
Namibia is ready to welcome investors.
Dr. Geingob was given grace of up to 82 years, and for the most part of his life, he lived for the betterment of his country and people. He served his country for many years with distinction in various capacities. His first public service was in 1961 as a teacher, 63 years ago before his death. For his party, SWAPO, he served as an assistant representative from 1963 in the U.S. and the Americas, marking 61 years before his death. His death broke the tribal, racial, and political boundaries, and in some instances paralyzed individuals and the nation.
Almost from that time until 2 o'clock, I just laid still in my bed, and whether I was sleeping or dreaming or what, of course, then 2 o'clock, at some point, I'm a leader. I need to get up and take responsibility. I cannot lie here and feel sorry for myself.
The news of the death of the one who had some sort of omnipresence, connected with everyone and had a global impact, was felt universally.
The United Nations stands with you in sorrow.
It was then that the life journey and untold stories of Dr. Hage Geingob started to unfold to this day. Much was expected when Gottfried was sworn in as Namibia's third president, but for him, it was a continuation of what he had started. One of the most profound declarations he made was waging war against poverty during his tenure.
If one Namibian is poor, then we all are poor, and we will all pay a price for that.
As one peruses the archives, Dr. Geingob, during his diplomatic visit to the UK in 1992, then as Prime Minister, where he addressed the Confederation of British Industry, he reminded the attendees of this very pertinent issue. That was 23 years prior to assuming office as the third president, and he knew what hunger could do to a person or a country.
People who are hungry, people who are unemployed, cannot be expected to honor law and order.
He fed the poor, restored lost hope and pride, as well as funding education of the needy.
He would pay my school fees, and even when I needed books or when I didn't have a place to stay, he would still step in as a father.
Dr. Hage Geingob has donated my studies with 30,000 Namibian dollars.
But much more of his good deeds were hidden from the public. Dr. Geingob was officially known by two names, Hage and Gottfried. Along the way, he acquired other names, more than what appears on his baptism certificate. This is because he always happened to do the work of the brother's keeper, and these names were but some of the famous characters that started to construct the Namibian brick house. But early in the year of expectation, as he declared it in his New Year message, he left it to all Namibians to complete. Those who cannot do the rhythmic music movement or simply cannot coordinate their bodily movement, they can learn a thing or two from him. However, don't be mistaken, because the late president didn't beat around the bush when it came to defending his territory against those who would want to push their luck. Former president of the German parliament knows it too well. Norbert Lammert raised a concern in 2018 in a meeting with the late president about German nationals being less than the Chinese in Namibia. The late president felt that this was underestimating his intellect, if not that of the government, and the two-time prime minister wasn't pleased.
Mr. Speaker, what is your problem with that? Why does it become your problem? We allow Germans to come offer visas here. Red carpet. Our people are harassed in Germany. Even diplomatic passport holders in Germany.
It is the first time at his death that Namibia is served by two presidents in one term. Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, who was once sat at the Fiscus building holding the country's purse, became Namibia's 4th president and leads a mourning nation. Mbumba was appointed by the late Hage Geingob as vice president in 2018. The negotiator who never demanded recognition served his time. The nation is in deep sorrow, let alone those who had been at his side for decades through thick and thin. Have a Dani Mkuskose, Mr. President.